Okay, hi you guys. I hope you're having a lovely day. So today I'm going to show you this makeup look that I just did, which is my everyday makeup. This is what I do when I shoot, if I'm just going out to dinner. Like, I literally do this all the time. It's super easy. Follow along, and I'm going to link all the products that I use down below. And let me know if you have any questions. So yeah, without any further ado, we're going to get right into the tutorial now. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use these little clips to pin back my bangs, just so that everything is out of the way for my makeup. First, I'm gonna go in with my concealer, and I use the Dior Forever Skin Correct concealer, and as you can see, it's almost done, which is very sad. I need to get a new one. I'm just gonna put a little bit in the corner of my eyes here. I don't put too much. I'm gonna put up here to like highlight a bit, and then just a tiny bit right here. That's all I do. I used to do like a whole face makeup. Like, I would put like a thick foundation, concealer, color correct, powder, setting spray, all that. But I found as I got older, like once I hit 25, I found that makeup just didn't sit on my skin the same as when I was like 20, and it just made my skin feel really heavy, and I didn't look good. Like, despite putting on makeup, I looked worse, and I didn't really feel like myself. So I stopped. I'm 27 now, so I stopped wearing foundation like when I was 25 and a half. And it's hard at first because you get used to how you look with a full face of makeup, but over time you just feel better. I don't want to look like I have a whole bunch of makeup on. I just want to look awake and a little bit brighter. So as you can see, I already look brighter. You can still see some of my under eye circles, but I don't care. Yeah, I just don't care. If I'm taking pictures and my eyes look puffy, or there's literally a hair in my coffee. That's really nice. It's my hair, it's fine. If I'm taking pictures and I notice that my eyes look a little puffy or my dark circles are really poking out, I just do a little Facetune. It's fine. As you saw, I blended that in with my damp beauty blender, but you don't have to use a beauty blender. You can use any sponge that you like. So now that I'm done that, I'm gonna set my concealer with a little bit of powder. I just use the Kylie powder container because I used to use her powder, but I use a different powder now in this container just because it's easier than what my actual powder comes in. And I forgot what it's called, but I will look and link it all down below for you guys. It's just a white translucent powder, and then I take this MAC, I can't see, I think it says 133 brush, and then I just take a little bit, like a little bit, and I just pat that on there just to set that so it doesn't move. And then I just use the excess kind of like around my nose and my T-zone, my chin, and then I do the other side. Hi, Blue. There. So if you want to do a more dewy look, you can skip the powder and do a setting spray instead, but I get a little oily throughout the day, so I prefer to do powder. Next, we're going to move on to the eyebrows. So I fill in my eyebrows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. This is my favorite, and I use medium brown. I've used this for years and years. So I start off by combing up my brows. I just kind of do little flicks, like as if I was drawing hairs, just kind of like where I need it. So I do a little bit at the head of the brow, in the middle, just to kind of build up my arch a bit, and fill in this sparser area. And you can kind of comb it as you go to just blend what you've done. Sorry, Blue's scratching my chair. That's what that sound is. And then I fill in my tail because my tails are a little sparse as well. It's a little long. So that's basically what I do. I'm just gonna do the other side now quickly. I also have like a brow tutorial IGTV on my Instagram. If you guys want to see like a more in-depth eyebrow tutorial, you can go look at that as well. My right eyebrow in particular is a little bit shorter than my left, so I always make sure that I make this one a little bit longer than I think I need to. And it's okay if you make it too long, you can literally just like rub it with your finger. My eyebrows are filled in. Next, what I'm gonna do is go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. This is like a styling wax, and then I use the number 12 brush. So it has a spoolie on the end, which I've bent just for ease of retrieving product, and it has an angle brush on the end, which we will use for our eyeliner. But you just kind of grab a little bit of product, not too much. Like, I don't know if you can see, I've just kind of got a little coating on the brush here. And you're just gonna brush the hairs up while kind of pushing, so that you're pushing them onto the skin where they're gonna stick to. I need a little more product, if that makes sense. So you're just like pushing them up and onto the skin, kind of like at a 45-degree angle. See? And then at the hairs at the very front of the eyebrow, I make them go straight up. That's just what I do. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. And then I'm going to do the other side. Pushing up and over at about a 45-degree angle. Ah, keep getting into my hair. My clips aren't really working very well today. And then the front hairs are a little fluff. Front hairs, we make them go up. There. So both my eyebrows are combed up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe off some of this excess product. And then I'm going to take this part of the brush, and I'm just going to push the hairs up and over and like push them onto my skin, just to ensure they stay. Yeah. And they don't have to be perfect. That's kind of the whole point of messy, fluffy brows, is that it's like imperfect and natural looking. So there's my eyebrows. Look at blue. Next, I'm going to do my eyeliner. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in medium brown. I bought this a few years ago to try as like an eyebrow product, but I ended up hating it. But I noticed that it worked really well as eyeliner. And I like that it's brown, so it's like a softer eyeliner. So what I do is I take that angle brush side of the number 12 brush, number 12 brush as I mentioned, and I have just like a little bit on the edge there, like right here, and I just like coat both sides of the brush. And then I always start with doing the line first, so I make sure that my angles are as even as possible. I'm just going to start on the right side. Basically what you want to do is you want to kind of continue the line of your lower lash line. I'll do the other side and I'll show you what I mean. So, see that little line there? I basically pretend like my lash line, my lower lash line, was gonna kind of continue up. So that way you get a nice lifted eye, as opposed to an eyeliner that's maybe going straight or maybe angled slightly down, and it's gonna make your eyes droop. Another trick that you can use too is basically you wanna do a line that would connect with the end of your eyebrow. If it were to keep going, it would meet your eyebrow perfectly. That's just a little trick I learned. We're just basically gonna make a triangle and connect the tail of the eyeliner to our lash line. Basically like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Again, I gave up being perfect in makeup long ago, and as soon as you do that, you'll feel a lot better. Unless you're like trying to impress like a makeup artist or something, or trying to get a job at Sephora, I would not bother trying to be perfect because you'll drive yourself crazy. I'm basically just gonna lightly fill this in. I can't really see on this mirror, so I'm just gonna use this mirror here. Okay, so as you can see, I went about 3/4 of the way just because I want it to be a softer, more subtle eyeliner, and I like faded out the flick. I'm just gonna do the other side. There. Now, I have trouble with my eyeliner sometimes because my right eye is a little bit smaller than my left eye. So I end up always doing less eyeliner on this eye. Again, doesn't have to be perfect unless you're trying to get a job at Sephora. And now that we're done eyeliner, the last thing I'm gonna do before mascara is I'm gonna take my highlighter. This is my Becca Rose Quartz Shimmering Skin Perfector. I'm just gonna take, that's what it looks like. I'm just gonna take a little bit on my ring finger like that, and then I'm just gonna like pat it in the middle of my lid and just kind of blend it on the sides, just to add a little pop. There. Okay, now that we're done that, I'm going to do my mascara. So this is a mascara that I use. It's literally $8 on Amazon, the Maybelline Lash Sensational. It's the best. Trust me, I've tried all the Sephora brands, all the designer brand mascaras, and this one is the best. It's kind of like a comb-y brush and it's curved. So you're gonna use the top of the curve to do your top lashes. I don't know why I can't close my mouth when I do my mascara. Does anyone else do that? Okay, alright. I'm like really trying to close my mouth. Okay, there's my first layer done. I'm just gonna give that a minute to dry. Blue, where are you going? Oh, he's plopping on the ground. Hey, sweetie, are you okay? Is it hot in here? So now that my first coat has kind of dried enough, you still want it to be slightly damp, I'm going to put on my second coat. And I'm not going to put any on the bottom. I recently stopped doing that because I find it just looks weird. And I think it kind of, without, it gives kind of more of like a youthful, open-eyed, bright-eyed look. Just natural, good coat of mascara. Now that I'm done my mascara, I'm just gonna finish my base makeup. I'm going to go in with my bronzer. I use the Psy Makeup Light Bronze, or Sun Melt in Light Bronze, and I use their brush. They sent this to me as PR, and I absolutely love it. So it just basically looks like this. It's like a cream compact, and you just get some product on your brush. And then I just like to stipple the product into my skin just at the bottom part of my cheekbone. Not in the hollow, you want to just kind of hit the bottom edge of your cheekbone and bring it up into up to your temple, but not at the temple, like to your temple, if that makes sense. Just like the top of your cheekbone. Like that. And because I have a bit like of a wider face, I like to just put a little down here just to slim me a little bit. I'm gonna just do the other side. Same thing, just stippling, kind of sculpting the cheekbone. And then just a little bit down there on the jaw. And then I take a bit and I put it under my jawbone. Just to kind of carve that out. Oh no, my camera's dying. I need to finish this quickly. And I take a little bit on the left side of my nose because my nose curves to the right. And then just a little bit on the right side, but mostly on my left side, a little more on my right. And then on the tip. And I have a small forehead, so I'm not gonna put any there because I don't wanna make it look smaller. Now I'm gonna take my blush. I use the Kylie Barely Legal and a Sephora number 99 brush. And I'm just gonna kind of run that along the top part of where I put the bronzer. Stipple that in a little bit, put a little bit on the tip of the nose, blend it down, and on the chin. Finally, I'm gonna go in with my same highlighter, dust it on my cheekbones, and I'm using, by the way, Kylie number 8 brush. And then I'm just gonna put a tiny bit on the tip of my nose, just like really lightly on the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. And then I'm gonna take the MAC 219 brush, and then I'm gonna put it in the inner corners here, just a little dip. And then on the arches of my brows. And that's it. This is the final look. It's just like a really soft, everyday makeup, and you can finish with a little bit of lip gloss or lipstick if you want, but I like to just go natural. I may put a little chapstick, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. Everything will be linked down below, and let me know if you have any questions as per usual and what other kind of tutorial videos you want to see from me. Anyways, I will see you in the next video.